Imagine waking up at 3 a.m. You are fully conscious, you can see your bedroom wall, you can hear the fan spinning, you can feel the blanket on your chest. But there is one problem. You cannot move. Not a finger, not a toe, and then the panic starts. Your chest feels heavy, almost as if something is sitting on top of you. Taking a deep breath feels difficult. You look toward the corner of your room, and in the shadows, you think you see a dark figure slowly moving closer to your bed. In Bengal, many people call it Boba Bhut, the mute ghost. In Japan, it's called Kanashibari. In Western folklore, it's known as the Old Hag. Almost every culture has a story about a mysterious entity that attacks people during sleep. But what if none of these stories are actually supernatural? What if this terrifying experience is really just a fascinating glitch in your brain's operating system? To understand sleep paralysis, we first need to understand what happens during sleep. When you enter REM sleep, rapid eye movement sleep, this is when your most vivid dreams usually occur. During this stage, your brain activates a built-in safety mechanism. It releases neurotransmitters such as glycine and GABA, which temporarily block communication between your brain and most of voluntary muscles. The reason is simple. If you are dreaming about running, fighting, or jumping, your body should not actually perform those actions in real life. So your brain temporarily switches your muscles off. Scientists call this state muscle atonia. Think of it as your brain's nightly safety lock. Here's where things get interesting. Sometimes the system doesn't synchronize perfectly. Your conscious mind wakes up, but your body's safety lock remains active for a few seconds or minutes. So you are awake, you know exactly where you are, but your body is still stuck in sleep mode. You are essentially conscious inside a temporarily paralyzed body. But that still does not explain the shadow figure, does it? Why do so many people report seeing dark entities, demons, or strange figures during sleep paralysis? The answer lies in a small part of the brain called the amygdala. The moment you realize you cannot move, your amygdala goes into emergency mode. As far as your brain is concerned, you are vulnerable, trapped, and potentially in danger. Your internal alarm system suddenly turns up to maximum volume. Now imagine being terrified without knowing why. Your brain hates uncertainty. Whenever something does not make sense, it tries to create an explanation. At the same time, because you are still partly in a REM state, your breathing can feel unusual. Your chest may feel tight or heavy. Your brain takes these physical sensations and starts building a story around them. It subconsciously thinks if I feel terrified and I feel pressure on my chest, then something must be causing it. This is linked to a psychological tendency called hyperactive agency detection. Humans evolved to assume that strange events are being caused by an agent, a predator, an enemy, or some hidden threat. As a result, your brain projects meaning onto the darkness. The shadow figure is not entering your room. Your brain is creating it. The demon, the ghost, the presence in the corner is a hallucination generated by your own survival system. In a strange way, you are being haunted by your own biology. When you think about it, sleep paralysis reveals something fascinating about human consciousness. Our brains are designed to keep us alive. They are constantly searching for threats even when none exist. Sometimes that protective system works so hard that it accidentally scares us. The same imagination that allows us to create art, tell stories, and build civilizations can also create monsters in the dark. That's the trade off. We gain intelligence, creativity, and imagination, but occasionally, those same abilities produce a terrifying 3 a.m. horror experience. So, what should you do if sleep paralysis happens to you? First, don't panic. The experience is frightening, but it is temporary and harmless. Instead of trying to scream or force your entire body to move, focus on one small movement. Try blinking rapidly. Try moving a finger or try wiggling your big toe. Small movements often help break the paralysis faster. Most importantly, remind yourself of the signs. Tell yourself, my brain woke up before my body. This is just sleep paralysis. Within moments, the safety loop will switch off. The shadow figure will disappear. And the demon will return to what it probably was all along, a pile of clothes sitting on a chair. So the next time you are afraid of the dark, remember this: the scariest monsters are not hiding under your bed. Sometimes they are created inside your head.